Alright guys, let's work on some linear equations with fractions. Alright, so let's look at our denominators. We've got 3, 2, 4, and 3. So we need to multiply every single term by the least common denominator. So what's that least common denominator going to be? Many times you'll just look at it and say, oh, okay, I think I know what it's going to be. But in this situation, maybe we don't know because we've got all these different numbers. So an easy way to test it is to just go down the line and multiply. So we've got 3 times 2, 6. All right, will 4 divide into 6 evenly? The answer is no. So let's try another one. 2 times 4, that's 8. Will 3 divide into 8 evenly? No. All right, let's try one more. 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Does 2 divide into 12 evenly? Of course it does. So our least common denominator is 12. All right, again, what does that mean? That means we want to multiply every term by 12. And I'm putting 12 over 1 just so you guys get used to thinking that when we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across. I am not going to multiply any denominator by 12, only numerators. Okay? So at this point, we can multiply straight across. But do we want to? And the answer is no. The first thing we want to do is we want to ask ourselves, can I simplify? Does 3 go into 12? Yes. How many times does 3 go into 12? 4 times. All right. Does 2 go into 12? Yes. That's why it's the least common denominator. And 2 goes into 12 6 times. Does 4 go into 12? Absolutely. 3 times. And lastly, does 3 go into 12? We already know this. It goes in 4 times. All right, now we can simplify. Okay, we have a 4, and what's left here in this numerator is 2x plus 4. Note I'm putting it in parentheses, okay, because I'm going to need to distribute this 4. Plus 6x equals 3x minus 7 times 4, which is 28. And you can see now we have a linear equation with no fractions. It looks just like some of the easier ones we've already seen in the PowerPoints. And we can just solve this for x. All right, so how am I going to solve this? I am going to distribute the 4 to both of these terms. So I get 8x, or 4 times 2, plus 4 times 4, which is 16, plus 6x equals 3x minus 28. Okay, before I start moving stuff back and forward across the equal sign, I want to simplify this side if I can. Can I? Yes. Why? Because I have an 8x and I have a 6x. All right, and what is the operation between them? It's going to be this plus. So I have 8x's plus 6x's gives me 14x's plus 16 equals 3x minus 28. All right. Now I want to start moving stuff across the equal sign. The way I do this is by opposite operation. Okay, so if I want to move this 16 over, I need to subtract 16 from both sides. If I want to move this 3x over here, I need to subtract 3 x's from both sides. All right, and what we get is 11x equals negative 44. Okay, almost there. X is almost isolated. Again, we want x by itself, which means we're going to need to move this 11 to the other side. How are we going to move this 11? Well, it's opposite operation again. The operation between these two things, the 11 and the x, is multiplication. So that means I need to divide both sides by 11. And we get our final answer of x equals negative 4.